Today we're going to be looking at surface area of pyramids and cones. So for a pyramid, we have a lateral area which equals 1/2 times P times L, where P still stands for the perimeter of our base and L stands for the slant of our pyramid. Surface area equals the lateral area plus the area of our base, that capital B. So let's use that formula to look at and find this first example. So first we need to find the value of x, which is the slant of our pyramid. So if we take a look, right here is the slant of our pyramid. We know the height of our pyramid. So what we have is we've created this right triangle with the slant and the height. So we know the height of our triangle is 9 feet. We don't know the slant. And we're also able to find this distance. So we know this length of our square is 9 feet. So since this goes down to the direct center, that means this distance is 4.5 feet. So to find that third length, that hypotenuse, you use the Pythagorean theorem. So 9 squared plus 4 5/10 squared equals x squared. Well, 9 squared is 81. 4 5/10 squared is 20 25/100 equals x squared. So when we add those two, we have 101 25/100. So we square root both sides to find that slant height. So when we square root 101 25/100, we end up with 10, and we'll round to the nearest tenth, so 10 1/10. So we know our slant height is 10 1/10. So now we can find the lateral area. The lateral area equals 1/2 times by P times by L. 1/2, remember P stands for our perimeter. So if we're looking at the perimeter, we're looking at the perimeter of our base. In this case, our base is a square. So that means we have 4 sides that are 9 in length. So our perimeter is 36. And our slant height is what we just got done solving, which was 10 1/10. So now we can do 1/2 times by 36 times by 10 1/10. So our lateral area is 181 8/10 feet squared. Now let's find the surface area of the solid. We want to round to the nearest square foot. So for finding surface area equals the lateral area plus the area of our base. So that means first we need to find the lateral area, which is 1/2 times the perimeter of our base times by our slant. So if we take a look, our base is once again a square. So to find the perimeter of our square, we have 4 times 7, which is 28. And we already are given our slant, which is 7 feet. So if we take 1/2 times by 28 times by 7, we end up with 98 feet squared. So we're going to take the 98 and we are going to substitute it in for our lateral area. So to find the area of our base is a square. So to find it, it's base times height, or it's sides squared, which is 49. So our area is 49. So 98 plus 49 is 147 feet squared. To find the lateral area of a cone, we use pi times our radius times by the slant, and the surface area is the lateral area plus pi times the radius squared. So let's use this first example. We want to find the slant of the right cone and then find the lateral area. So we do not know this distance, which is our slant. So once again, we have a right triangle formed by the height and the slant. So if we take a look at that, height is 40. Since the diameter of our cylinder is 60, that means this distance is 30, the radius. So we need to find the hypotenuse. So we take 40 squared plus 30 squared equals x squared. 40 squared is 1,600. 30 squared is 900. When we add 1,600 plus 900, we end up with 2,500. So last step, we square root both sides. So 50 equals x, which is our slant. So now we can find the lateral area. So the lateral area equals pi times our radius times by the slant. We've identified that our radius is 30 and our slant is 50. It doesn't say we need to leave this in terms of pi, so pi times 30 times by 50, we end up with 4,712 and 4/10 meters squared. So that is our lateral area for our cone. Now let's find the surface area of the cone in terms of pi. So here, once again, we don't know our slant. So we need to first use that right triangle that's formed by the slant and the height and the radius to find the slant. So this is 24, the radius is 10. So we have 24 squared plus 10 squared equals the slant. 24 squared is 576 plus 100. So then when we add 576, we get 676, and the square root of 676 is 26. So that means our slant has a height of 26. So to find the surface area, which is the lateral area plus pi times the radius squared, we first need to find the lateral area, which is pi times our radius times our slant. We are given that the radius is 10 centimeters. We found that our slant was 26, and this is in terms of pi, so that means we do 10 times 26, which is 260, and we leave it in terms of pi. So we're going to use this 260 pi, substitute in for our lateral area. So 260 pi plus pi times our radius, which is 10, squared. 10 squared is 100. So now that we have like terms, 260 plus 100 is 360 pi centimeters squared.